Hello Monster Jam fans and welcome to another show today. This is Syracuse, New York at the Carrier Dome. This is yet another stop here for the Green Tour as these guys look to continue their strong finish to the season. This is a show last year I was in attendance for, so a little sad that I'm not there this year, but it's alright because I'm still looking forward to a great show. Now let me know in the comments if you liked that intro that was before the video. To me, that was my best intro I've done so far. It was my favorite one. I kept getting goosebumps watching it. I've watched it so many times. And I'm also a little under the weather this weekend. My throat's not feeling great. But other than that, I'm looking forward to it. But if you don't hear me screaming as much, that's why. It's just because I'm not at 100%. But I still hope for it to be a good commentary nonetheless. But without further ado, I'm going to let you guys watch the intro video, and then we're going to get into intros, and then we will get our way into the Monster Jam racing competition.
Syracuse, this is Monster Jam!
Now most of the lineup today is the same that we've been seeing on this tour throughout the year, but just a few changes. One of them being we've got Roy Pridgeon driving Ice Cream Man. We also have Kristen Hope driving Wolf's Head, and Scott Hartsock will be out in Slinger. Other than that, it is the same thing as the rest of the tour from the year. Now, this is another completely blind commentary. However, I was spoiled of one thing. I know who won freestyle because on YouTube somebody posted it, and I was a little disappointed, but it's okay. We're about to get into racing, and you know what? Even if I know who won, I don't know what they do to win, and I don't know anything else. So, no scores, nothing today, just a regular, straight-up commentary. We're also going to have some interviews throughout the show thanks to Dorsey, and also I'm excited to be able to incorporate that in throughout the show. So the first race here in round one, the battle of the ladies here in Syracuse. We have Dalmatian Cynthia Gautier's teammate Candace Jolly, and Wildflower, the daughter of Kelvin Raymer, Rosalie Raymer. No turning jumps either, so we're just straight up St. Louis style out here in Syracuse. And Rosalie Raymer pulling ahead with a huge win. Moving on to the next round. The next race here in the first round is between Mohawk Warrior and Bryce Kenny and Brodozer, driven by Colt Stevens. Colt Stevens making one of few performances this year. Let's see who's going to pull out the win, the diesel-powered machine. They're going to have to restage here heading into this race. So here they go. Close over the first jump. But Bryce Kenny, a bad turn, that could cost him. But it doesn't matter, he pulls far ahead going down the straightaway, going to the final turn. A close race, it's going to be decided. Oh my, what a race. That was a race for the ages. Let's wait to see who won. We're going to look at the video board here. Going over the finish line, I believe it's Bryce Kenny. So the winner is Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Big win. The next race here in round one, we have Zombie, driven by Paul Strong, and Scott Buto in El Toro Loco. Team Fire going against Team Ice here in round number one. Neither of these drivers were in Syracuse last year, so it'll be nice to see how they perform. And Scott Buto pulling ahead. He is going with a huge win. Big over the final jump. He is going to the next round. And before this next race, my good friend Dorsey was able to catch up with both of these drivers. Talked to Kelvin Raymer about driving with Rosalie, and talked to Roy Pridgeon about what it's like to have Wolf's Head on the team. Let's go and see those interviews.
Kelvin Raymer, the driver at Time Flies. My question for you is, you've been driving for a little time now, Time Flies. So what is it like driving with your daughter now?
It's a blast. You know, she has our newer generation truck that sits 9 inches lower than mine, but every week is a new experience, traveling new places, meeting new people. It's just a blast. I couldn't be nicer.
Thank you so much. Roy Pridgeon on the driver of Ice Cream Man. My question for you is, what is it like having Wolf's Head now on the team?
It's been absolutely awesome. I've actually got to drive the Wolf's Head truck the past couple weeks at a couple different shows, and the following already is amazing. This week we got Kristen McLean in the truck. She's doing a phenomenal job of driving. This is her first stadium show here at Syracuse, though, and she is excited, and I'm excited for her. So looking for a good show tonight.
Thank you so much.
So some interesting stuff there that Dorsey was able to get there. I was able to meet Dorsey actually in Stafford Springs. He recognized me. I didn't know who he was, and I really like his stuff, and it was nice to be able to utilize it here in the video. And I'm going to use it throughout the rest of the show so you can see some of these guys' interviews. But good race here between two very long-time veteran drivers of the sport. Roy Pridgeon back driving Ice Cream Man for the first time since 2018. And Kelvin Raymer with some problems in the turn, and it's going to be Roy Pridgeon walking over to the next round. Kelvin Raymer barely crossing the finish. So before this next race, Dorsey also got to catch up with the driver of Slinger, Scott Hartsock.
With Scott Hartsock, the driver of Slinger. So my question for you is, you've been a veteran in this sport for quite some time now. So how do you feel Monster Jam has changed over the years?
Well, you know, when I see Monster Jam change in leaps and bounds, you know, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we got 14 trucks tonight over here at Syracuse, and I get to come in here with Slinger, aka Gunslinger, and I'm a cock locked and ready to rock, and I'm ready to rock the house tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Always awesome to see Scott Hartsock. He's cock-locked and ready to rock out here in racing, going against the, somewhat rookie in the far lane, the driver of Wolf's Head. It is Kristen Hope. They're staged and ready. Here we go. Scott Hartsock flying to the final turn. And Scott Hartsock looks really smooth in this new Slinger chassis. Looks like he's got a good night of racing ahead of him today. Next up, we have two great racers, Adam Anderson in Gravedigger and Ryan Disharoon in Saigon Shaker. These two have faced each other quite a lot this year. Adam Anderson would love to finally beat out Ryan Disharoon, and he's going to do so with a big win, and Ryan Disharoon is on his lid on the finish line. Adam Anderson's gonna walk away with the round 1 win.
He blew him out of the water.
Now we have entered round 2 racing here. In the near lane we have Scott Buto in ISO Toro Loco going against Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Should be a good race. And Scott Buto pulling really far ahead. Going to the final turn, and it's Scott Buto in ISO Toro Loco. He looks really fast tonight. In the near lane, we have Earthshaker Dorsey also caught up with him before the show.
Stephen Thompson, the driver of Earthshaker. So my question for you is, what truck have you been liking better, Earthshaker or Hurricane?
Actually, this is the new Earthshaker slash Hurricane Force. It's the same chassis. We just keep swapping bodies in and out. So like I said, man, it's the brand new Hurricane Force. It's 7 months old, and man, we're just out here tuning it up and getting it figured out for this summer.
So as you heard there, Stephen Thompson running on a relatively new chassis this year. He's got to go up against Candice Jolly and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. They look dead even going to this final turn, but Earthshaker with a slight edge. And it's going to be Earthshaker going on to the semi-final round. Now these are two drivers who were in Syracuse last year. Roy Pridgeon in the near lane in Ice Cream Man, and Neil Elliott in Max D in the far lane. Who's gonna win? Let's find out. And Neil Elliott with a very huge lead. Oh, but Neil messes up, but he barely skirts around that tire. And he will move on to the semifinals, taking down Roy Pridgeon. Now two longtime veterans of the sport, Scott Hartsock and Gunslinger, going against Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. Scott Hartsock has been around this sport a lot longer than Adam Anderson. It'll be interesting to see if he can knock off the kid in his eyes. Scott Hartsock looking smooth going to the final turn, but sadly, he's not going to be a match for Adam Anderson as the Gravedigger machine moves on to the semifinals. And we're about to head to the semifinals right now. So this great Monster Jam show is now narrowed down to 4 Monster Jam drivers. We are getting so much closer to crowning a racing champion. And in this race, we have 2 drivers who have looked smooth all night. But in the near lane, Scott Buto and Iso Toro Loco, in my opinion, has looked a little bit smoother. He's going against Stephen Thompson, who made his first pass in the second round. Scott Buto looks dialed in. I wonder who's going to win. And Earthshaker fishtails in the turn. He's having troubles. Scott Buto going for the final push. And Scott Buto and Iso Toro Loco, the best night of racing of his career so far. Moving on to the final round. Attaboy, Scott. Now for the next race in the semifinals, the race that everybody's here to watch. A battle of the legends. In the near lane, Adam Anderson in the black and green wrecking machine, taking on Neil Elliott in Max D. This is a race that carries a lot of weight here. The number 1 and number 2 drivers in the tour are looking to walk away with the win. And Neil Elliott fishtails in the turn. What a race! But Adam Anderson pulls ahead at the last second. He is moving on to the final round. I believe we're going to have to check. It was Adam Anderson and Gravedigger going to the final round. What a race. It's going to be a sick final round. have arrived. It is the final round of racing here in Syracuse. The Carrier Dome has seen quite the night of Monster Jam racing passes. In the near lane, he is a longtime veteran of the sport. He has been a dominant force on this tour all year long, representing the black and green wrecking machine that his father created. It's Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. And in the far lane, Scott Buteau in Iso Toro Loco. He started his career off in Ironman. He's made his way all the way up to being a part of Team Ice here on this green tour. He is by far having the best racing night of his life today in Syracuse. This is a matchup from the MetLife Stadium Racing Finals in 2018, where Adam Anderson walked away with a muddy victory over Scott Buteau. They are having a big rematch here in a race that looks to be spectacular. Both of these drivers have been on their game all night, dialed in and ready to rumble here in the final round of Syracuse racing. Are you ready for this final round of racing? Here we go, going green. And Scott Buteau's got a lead already, going to the first turn. Come on, Scott! Let's go, Scott! Oh my, what a turn! Oh, but Adam Anderson walks away with the win, and Scott Buteau is going to mess up at the end, but Adam Anderson's going to get the win here by less than a BKT tire. He is going to celebrate as he should. He was out here in Syracuse last year. He's enjoying his time. A real big win here in racing for Adam Anderson. Now let's move on to the two-wheel competition out here in Syracuse. Starting us off here today in the Monster Jam two-wheel competition is Candace Jolly in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Was not here in Carrier Dome, Syracuse last year, so we'll see how she does. Looks like she's lining up for a moonwalk. Oh! Candace, a great first hit! That was a good one. So that was a nice first hit for her. And the second hit, another good one. Candace Jolly setting the bar. A very good two hits for Candace Jolly, something to be proud about. Get your phones out and vote for Candace's run here at the judgeszone.com website. I'm going to have to give that a 7.25. A nice start off to the two-wheel competition. Candace she's made a lot of progress this year. She looks a lot better in this two-wheel competition, and I'm looking forward to it. It's too bad she had to come out first, but I think a 7.25 is a pretty good score. We're going to wait to see what the scores are.
After that run with your scores at judgeszone.com, you pick our winner tonight, and it's a 5.620.
It's a 5.620. I believe that's a little bit low, but we'll see. But next up we have Paul Strong in the Fire Zombie. Dorsey also caught up with him.
I'm here with Paul Strong, the driver of Zombie Fire. So my question for you is, what is it like representing Team Fire?
Man, it's been a huge honor. I've been doing this a long time, and representing Team Fire has been the hugest honor of my career so far. I absolutely love it. Driving the zombie truck, meeting all the zombie fans, it's been really cool. It's been the highlight of my career.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So as you heard there, Paul Strong really is loving being able to drive this Fire Zombie truck. As he said, the highlight of his career. He has had himself a very long career too, so gotta love the enthusiasm that Paul is showing, and a beautiful bicycle! And he's gonna follow it up with a nice hit there. I don't know if they're gonna count that. He's gonna also follow it up there. I don't know if they're gonna count that as his two hits. They are not. So that was all one hit for Paul Strong. I mean, Paul Strong, a longtime veteran of the sport, drove Martial Law, drove Jurassic Attack, but he thinks that this is the best part of his career. You gotta love that, and that he's enjoying his time. Lining up for a moonwalk here. Not a good one, but he is going to follow it up nicely. Oh, yeah! Paul! He is going to finish on his lid. A good run out of Paul Strong. Compared to Candace Jolly, I'm going to give that a bit of a higher score of a 7.75 for Paul Strong. So we'll wait to see what the scores are. But a very nice run and a good showing out of Paul out here in Syracuse. He's got to get that truck back and ready for the freestyle competition. But I believe that's got to be his best two-wheel competition of the year.
For Paul Strong and Zombie, that bicycle was awesome, and the stopper and the moonwalk and the wheelie, I think he even surprised himself towards the end there. But sometimes when you're chasing brains, you end up face down on the carrier down the score. The Monster Ball Dalmatian of 5.624. Paul Strong and Zombie, the score is all 6.496.
So it's a 6.496. Again, a little bit of a low score, but a nice run out of Paul Strong. Something to be proud about. So now Kelvin Raymer out here in Time Flies, lining up for his first hit, going for a slap wheelie as always. Gotta love what Kelvin Raymer brings to the sport. He's always a fun presence. And a beautiful slap wheelie out of Kelvin. You gotta love that. Kelvin Raymer, another long-time veteran of the sport. Always does something cool here in the two-wheel competition. Lining up for a sky wheelie here, not the best of hits. So I'm gonna have to give that one a 5.250. We'll see what the score is going to be. For me, I believe that Zombie right now still should be your score to beat. We'll see what he was able to get. So this weekend, the show is taking place in New Orleans. That's going to be a fun show. Let's see what the scores are going to be. 4.562, a low score. Now hitting the track, the Mohawk Warrior machine, Bryce Kenny, piloting the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. That front right wheel clearly is a little bit of white powder on it. He's up on the nose. A nice moonwalk for Bryce Kenny. We caught up with him before the show as well on how he thought about becoming a driver.
Here with Bryce Kenny, the driver of the Great Clips Mohawk Warriors. My question for you is, what was your reaction to Morgan King contacting you?
My first reaction, I'd never been to a Monster Jam event, so I really didn't have much of a reaction at all. Actually, at first I thought, no, it might not be for me, actually. And then the more I started talking to Monster Jam, the more I realized, hey, I should give this a shot. But it took about 4 years between Morgan King talking to me about it to me actually getting to the point of going up to Illinois and going to Monster University. So it's a process, a big process.
So very interesting to hear about that there. Bryce Kenny with a decent run. I'm going to have to give that a 7 on the score, which overall right now would beat Zombie. But I think, in my opinion, I think Zombie saw a little bit of a better run. But very interesting to hear there about how Bryce Kenny rose to the top. It took him about 4 years from once Morgan Kane originally reached out to him to have him become a driver. So very interesting. It's a 7.290, a very high score. I still think Zombie deserves that lead right now. Next up, we have Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower getting out here on the track. Long time fan favorite ever since she's been driving. A lot of people like her, so As you should. She's a great driver, and this week was actually qualified for the Monster Jam World Finals. So congratulations to Rosalie. Oh my! Oh, no way! Oh, that was awesome. Amazing first hit for Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower. The best move of her season so far. That was amazing. Well, that's going to certainly influence her scores. Goodness gracious. That was awesome. I don't know if she just went for a bicycle, if that'll count. Yes, that will count as her final hit. I'm going to have to give that a beautiful score, an 8.75, just because her second hit left a lot to be desired. But a great run out of Rosalie, no matter what, should and will take the lead. Quite the wow moment out of Rosalie.
It's a popper into a little cartwheel there for Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower. The second attempt she was going for at the other end of the track was a bicycle, but didn't quite pull it off. So her second attempt didn't quite look as good as her first one. Score being great.
So let's see if she can beat Bryce Kenny.
Wildflower is.
I can't. It's an 8.352. That's a decent score for Rosalie Raymer. Next up, the man they like to call Rollover Roy Pridgeon here in Ice Cream Man. Last year had a lot of troubles in Syracuse because he didn't tune his truck properly for the air pressure inside the carrier dome, so he had a lot of engine issues. Hopefully this year he figured them out. Up on the nose, a little stoppy for Ice Cream Man. And going for a bit of a bicycle here. A nice bicycle. Great attempt out of Roy Pridgeon. I'm going to have to give that a little bit of a lower score, though, of a 4.75. A nice attempt out of Ice Cream Man, just left a little bit to be desired.
That would be their.
Roy Pridgeon and Ice Cream Man in the popper and the bicycle in. Now
You see the red light on?
Ice Cream Man. Feeling good. It is a 6.442 right now. Moving up for fourth place.
It's a 6.452. That's what I heard for Ice Cream Man. So next up, Scott Hartsock and Gunslinger coming out here for the two-wheel competition. A competition he never really got to compete in before because he didn't compete really at all this year. He did compete in 2018 a little bit, but he has not really gotten the opportunity to drive too much these last 2 years. Going for a bit of a bicycle, I think. That may have been his first hit, and if it was, that's not a good one. See what he can get here off of his second hit. Going for a bit of a stoppie. I don't know if that'll count, but he's gonna, yes. That is the end of the run. Tough break for Scott Hartsock in Gunslinger. I'm gonna have to give that a 4. Not a great run for Scott, too bad. The first hit just left a lot to be desired, but I'm excited to see what he's gonna do out in the freestyle competition. As he does look cocked and ready to rock, we'll see how that performs and translates in the freestyle competition.
Getting the popper in that second hit there. And now we need to see if your scores will put him to the top. It is a 3.55.
To 3.5, not a great score for Scott Hartsock. Next up is Steven Thompson in Earthshaker, again driving on his new Hurricane Force chassis. Excited to see how he does out here. He's just trying to vie for some points here. He is in the Double Down Showdown as well. Actually, was he? I have to go check that out. Alright, so I got confirmation he is not in the Double Down Showdown. I believe he should be, but we'll tackle that in another video. But a nice first hit here, a beautiful bicycle, the best bicycle of the night so far out of Stephen Thompson. Again, he's got to beat Rosalie Raymer's nice score of an 8.3. In my book, Rosalie Raymer should have an 8.75 and would be the leader. So in my book, he's got to beat an 8.75. But a really nice second hit, a hard landing on the backside, but a good skywheelie out of Earthshaker. Overall, good run. I got to give that an 8 for Earthshaker. A nice run, got the fans excited, and that bicycle man was really solid. He was really looking good. A nice run out of Earthshaker. We'll see how he comes in the scoring. We'll see what the scores are right now.
Here it is, the score to beat Wildflower, an 8.352 for Stephen Thompson Earthshaker. The score is
an 8.214, really close. So he was certainly close. So Earthshaker's score just about where I expected it to be. Now Neil Elliott and Max D. Dorsey got to catch up with him before the show as well.
Elliott, the driver of Max D. So my question for you is, I asked this for Adam a little while ago. Since you two are tied right now with points, what will you do to be on top?
And I'm just going to go out there and do the same thing I've been doing. You know, with any luck, I can come out with a win in two-wheel skills, get some points on him there. With any luck, I can beat him in racing too, and then just see what happens in freestyle.
Hope you do. Max D is better.
Thanks, dude.
So Neil was trying to beat him in the two-wheel. He's doing a good job so far, walking it on the track. Yeah! Great move. Already poised to take the lead away from Rosalie Raymer. A great first hit out of Max D. That was spectacular. So Neil did not beat Adam in racing. He's got to win the two-wheel competition here to be in good close contention going into freestyle. And they are really looking good at this moonwalk right now. Beautiful two-wheel run for Neil Elliott. Great run. I'm going to have to give that a great score of a 9.5. Good job out of Neil Elliott to pull a nice two-wheel move out of his hat. And the truck is still together too. You really got to give him some props. So Neil Elliott looking strong here in the two-wheel.
So you're watching it on the video board right now. He could go all the way, Neil Elliott next team. With two phenomenal poppers here at the Carrier Dome for tonight's Great Lakes Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Chasing his 10th Two-Wheel Skills Challenge win of the year. The score right now, Wildflower 8.352 for Neil Elliott Max D. The score is...
Like they both been travel together and stuff.
Hey, new leader!
9.272.
That's a 9.272, your new leader. So next up here, with two trucks left, this driver included Scott Buto and Iso Toro Loco. The runner-up in the racing competition hopes to get some points here in the two-wheel. Going for a huge air on that sky wheelie. Wow, and a beautiful slab wheelie to boot. Oh, that was impressive. Really impressive first hit out of Scott. Probably won't take the lead, but a very nice attempt there. Biggest air we've seen so far in the night. Up on the nose and a little bit of a stoppy for Scott Buto. I'm going to have to give that a little bit of a lower score of a 6.75 for Scott. Not the best of runs. So El Toro Loco Ice, a little bit of a underrated run. Back in the day, that would have been a great run. to 6.477. Not enough for the lead. So Adam Anderson out here has already won racing. He's got to beat Neil Elliott if he wants a chance at the overall event championship. Last year had a really great two-wheel competition and almost got the moonwalk out of it, but did not. So a solid first hit, but Adam really needs an amazing second hit if he wants to win. Going for it again. So a decent second hit, but I don't think that'll be enough for the lead. Two good enough hits. I'm going to have to give that an 8.5. So in my opinion, Neil Elliott's got to be your two-wheel winner right now. A good effort out of Adam Anderson, but this is going to be a dead heat here in the freestyle competition to see who's going to walk away with that event championship. So Neil Elliott has a nice score to beat. Adam Anderson should not beat it. Not enough. It's an 8.3. Yes, an 8.356. So Adam Anderson is going to be in third. So Neil Elliott has tied Adam Anderson in the overall event championship now with that win. This is going to come down to freestyle. And without further ado, let's get into freestyle. So coming out first here in freestyle is cock locked and ready to rock. It is Scott Hartsock in Gunslinger. So Ryan Disharoon nor Kristen Hope were able to compete in the two-wheel competition, nor did Brodozer. So we'll see if they make their way out for the freestyle competition today. Scott Hartsock looking to start us off strong here with huge air over the racing lane. And more big air. Scott Hartsock really trying to prove to these fans that he belongs in this sport still. Again, longtime veteran, deserves all the credit in the world for all of the efforts he's put into this amazing sport. Almost won the first ever racing championship too, but Scott Hartsock still sits with 0 championships under his belt. Most likely not going to get one before he walks out of the sport. Nice air. Going over the center. So a decent run to this point for Scott Hartsock. His time is winding down. He's got to finish strong. The biggest error of his run to that hit right there. Really good transition. Finishing off the run strong. A good effort out of Scott Hartsock in Gunslinger. He's got enough time for one hit. Here he goes. The last hit is a good one. So Scott Hartsock able to get himself a good showing out here in Syracuse. A well-earned freestyle for Scott. He's just going to give the rest of the fans out here enjoying his time out in the Carrier Dome. So that'll be a nice way to start off the run. I'm going to have to give that a little bit of a lower score of a 6. He tried, obviously compared to some of the ones that I'm sure we're going to see, it's not the best. But Scott Hartsock most definitely had a great run. So he's got to set the bar here. Hopefully he can set it high. But either way, not the best of runs. We'll see what the score is going to be. So 5.625, not the best for Scott Hartsock, but that'll be the new leader. Next up here we have Kristen Hope driving Wolf's Head. Her first ever stadium performance, already off to a good start. Dorsey, we're going to get his interview with her now on how, well, she is, I'm sure, excited, but on how she is looking forward to this freestyle competition.
Kristen Hope, the driver of Wolf's Head. My question for you is, what is it like being your first stadium performance?
Well, this is very exciting and intimidating both at the same time. I'm super excited though. I've been waiting all year to get some air in any of these wheels, and we're going to send it tonight. We're going to have a good time.
I feel like every time I enter you, you're in a different truck. Racing Kane, Domination, now Wolf's Head.
So now I've got a few trucks that I have to sell. I started Raising Cane, went to Dalmatian, I drove Ice Cream Man for a little bit, and now we're in Wolf's Head, but I'm supposed to stay here permanently in Wolf's Head. This is going to be my truck, the Big Apple, but I'm super excited. Thank you.
So I know the audio is a little bit strange because, well, there's a lot of background noise in the pit party, but what she was trying to say was that she's really excited to be up here. She's been waiting all year to send this Wolf's Head truck. This is now her truck. She drove Raising Cane and Monster Mutt Dalmatian, but this is now her truck for now on. So she is excited to be able to be in her actual truck. She's also having a solid freestyle so far, putting on a decent show for these Syracuse fans. Got 30 seconds left. She's going to whip it into a donut. And another donut. A good run out of Kristen Hope. Really proving that she deserves to be in this sport. Congratulations to her. Really great showing out here in Syracuse. Not the best of runs, but a good run for her in her first ever stadium show. I'm going to have to give that a 6.5. We'll see what the scores are.
She could have done
representing the team from Tampa. Donuts, big air, good momentum, and a solid freestyle for Kristen Hope. Now we wait to see where your scores put her right now at judgingzone.com. Again, if you haven't come yet, you're always welcome to join the party. Scooby Slinger of 5.625 for Wolf's Head. The score is...
It's a 6.
A 6.6.
A 6.6. A nice run for Kristen Hope, your new leader. But next up here is Time Flies is Kelvin Raymer, looking to start us off with some jammer time in its freestyle. Oh, wow, huge air for Kelvin Raymer, already going on the ragged edge. Wow, Kelvin, the biggest move of his season so far. That was some sendage too. He may be broken. I think he's broken.
his engine's going, dude.
Yeah, he really broke his truck there, but man, what air
I don't know.
out of Kelvin Raymer.
There's nothing wrong. Oh!
He slams into Brodozer. What a spectacular start. That's a way to announce your presence. Oh, the engine pops. So that's going to be the end of the run for Kelvin Raymer, but he started himself off nicely. That's the end. So, I don't know. He really started off strong with huge air. I'm going to have to give that a 5.75 just because he got big air but didn't get to fill the clock.
Right there, huge air flying across the floor and keeping it on all four BKT tires. Kelvin Raymer then continued on for a couple more hits, but wasn't able to complete.
We'll see what the scores are.
In our freestyle competition. So lock that score in at judgingzone.com for the team out of Watsonville, California. Who is here tonight for you, Syracuse.
The scores coming in. on the video board has to beat a 6.633.
The score to beat a 6.633. Time-wise, the score is...
Yes, it's not going to be enough. It's a 5.999. Oh, 993. That looks like a 9. But a nice run out of time flies.
You're currently in your first stadium event ever. What are the emotions going through your mind right now?
I feel so good. I can't believe I just did that. I've been dreaming of this moment for a very long time. It's all thanks to Team Raising Cane, JR McNeil. Thanks for giving me the chance. We're having so much fun. The most important thing is that you guys are having fun. So let's hear it.
So as you just heard there, Kristen Hope, as she should be, is stoked about her first ever freestyle. She's sitting in the hot seat right now here in Syracuse, so I'm sure she's got to feel great. But now her teammate Roy Pridgeon in Ice Cream Man, roll over Roy. We'll see if he goes for a backflip. Last year his freestyle in Syracuse was a little disappointing, so we'll see how he fares out here this weekend. The always kid favorite truck, a hard impact. So hopefully Roy can start the freestyle competition off right, maybe get himself a backflip. Roy has not done a backflip in quite some time, so it'll be nice to see him get one. And he's walking a nice little wheelie at the end of the racing lane. Definitely taking it a little bit easy so far, beginning of his run, but we know that Roy could turn it on. Also, CRD, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry we didn't get to video chat this weekend. Again, I wasn't really feeling so well, so I didn't have the time, but I will get to you whenever I can. A nice little donut for Ice Cream Man, Roy Pridgeon looking smooth. Nice air, he's got 30 seconds left. If he's going to go for a backflip, now is the time. I don't think he's going to, though. Yeah, no, the backflip not in his sights. He's going to whip it into a donut. So good run from Roy Pridgeon. I gave Kristen Hope a 6. She currently sits with a 6.633. I think this deserves to be the leader, but I think it should get it. I would have given it a 6.5. So a nice run out of Ice Cream Man. I think he would be the new leader too, but I give it a 6.5, which does not beat the score that's up there right now, but it beats the score that I gave Kristen Hope. So we'll see.
Will your scores put the Ice Cream Man in the top spots?
Wolfhead is your leader. Let's see what Roy gets. Not enough for the lead. It's a 6.596. You know what? It could go either way. I think Roy deserves the lead. Just a little bit of a better run, but still, congratulations to Kristen Hope, still sitting in the hot seat. But next up, we have the zombie truck out of Team Fire. This is Paul Strong getting his chance to drive out here in Syracuse.
I like the flame. Yeah. Flame version is my favorite.
Coming off a spectacular two-wheel competition, we'll see what he can do here in freestyle. Up to a nice start with some big air and a really nice slap wheelie to boot. Really nice air so far already. Some nice air at the beginning of his run. already looking a lot better than some of the other drivers you see, but he may be having some troubles right now. Rear steer is bugging him. He's having rear steer issues right now, but he's a veteran. He knows how to combat it. Gonna throw it into some donuts. He's putting a lot of strain on that motor too. But if he can figure this run out with the broken truck, that'll certainly affect the scores. Because if you can finish the run decently with the broken truck, that deserves a lot more points. So he's already putting together a great run. A lot of great moves too. He's also doing a very nice job, like I said so far, combating these rear steer issues. Another hard hit. This truck's taking a beating today. Less than 30 seconds are on the clock. He's just trying to put together a good run. Hopefully he can fill the clock. If he does so, I think he should take the lead. He's cross-threading over the center high lady's head. And he's going to cap it off with some nice donuts. A good run out of Paul Strong, putting together a very solid freestyle with the broken truck and finishing it off with a really nice long donut. So a great run out of Zombie. The fire Zombie is on fire, literally. A great run out of Paul Strong. I'm going to have to give that a 7.25. A great run, but the broken truck certainly deserves a lot of credit there.
Covering the track. Donuts.
Certainly did a great job out here in Syracuse. A 7.25, a well-deserved score. We'll see. It should take the lead. The lead to beat is at 6.633. It's a 7.599, a huge leap to the lead for Zombie Fire. Next up here in the freestyle competition is Earthshaker, driven by Steven Thompson. Right off the bat, going strong over the racing lane. Huge air, the biggest air of the night. Steven Thompson shaking it loose. And the dump truck is coming off the dump part. He's starting to tip his load over. He's dumping the back for sure.
He's shedding his skin.
He's trying to get rid of it. But it's really hanging on. Really funny. He's just dumping his load out. Very big air, a great run so far. Steven Thompson doing a great job. We have yet to see a backflip so far. We'll see if Steven Thompson can grab that honor. And a nice bicycle too. I can't see him. I think he saved it. Yes, he did. So Steven Thompson, really nice air. He is tearing it up out here today in Syracuse, and now the backflip is in his sights. The first backflip attempt of the night. Oh no, that is not going to be good. But a great run out of Steven Thompson. I'm going to have to give that a 7.75. A great run out of Earthshaker. A well-deserved applause for Steven Thompson. Again, like I said, I'd give that a 7.75 just because he didn't fill the clock and didn't land the backflip. But a good run. We all know that's going to be a really high score because the backflip rules on nowadays. but I gotta say, still a good run. He didn't land it. He's got to beat a 7.593 and should take the lead. An 8.45. Oh wow, that is high. A very high score. But a good run still out of Stephen Thompson. So next up here in the freestyle competition, this one's got a lot of weight riding on it. Neil Elliott sending it off the bat in Max D. Whoever scores higher, particularly Max D, in the freestyle competition will be the event champion. And more big air. Last year in Syracuse, he totaled off of the backflip, which cost him a high score. But more big air right over the jammer. He is coming out swinging. We have also not seen a power flip yet this year. Huge air. He is airing this puppy out. Wow. Neil Elliott is going full send. Last time we saw these guys was out in Seattle. They put on a great show. And now they're across the country. And Neil Elliott's crossing the track with some huge air. He's just hammering it over every single hit. Best run of the night by far. Just consistent hang time. It's just been all around spectacular showing for Neil Elliott. Oh my, Neil Elliott's bringing the hammer down today.
Backflip.
Now he is going for the backflip. Less than 30 seconds are left. This is a huge backflip attempt. And another turtle on the backflip for Neil in the second straight year. That's too bad, but Neil still had a spectacular run, but that's going to hurt him a lot in the scores. I'm going to have to give that a 9 for Neil Elliott. Big air, but flopped on the backflip. We will see what he can do scoring-wise, but that's going to hurt him.
Just he just wasn't going fast enough.
The score to beat's an Earthshaker score. It's not enough. It's a 7.924. What? How is that not the lead? What are you looking at?
The reason why those first few guys that came out were avoiding the backflip ramp because they didn't have the dirt rake properly.
What? That doesn't make sense. That was huge air. All right, we're gonna move on. This is ridiculous. Next up is Rosalie Rammer and Wildflower, another girl who loves to go big. Dorothy caught up with her, asking her about her Extreme Air Award that she won last year.
Rosalie Rammer, the driver of Wildflower. So my question for you is, what was it like getting the Extreme Air Award in 2018?
That was such an amazing feeling. You know, Jim Kohler is definitely someone I look up to a lot, and you know, stealing that award from him and having him come up to me in the pits and saying congratulations, it was such an honor.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
She just displayed right there that she can get some big air too. Rosalie looks solid, and it's very interesting to hear that she looked up to Jim Kohler and that he came up to her and congratulated her in the pits. Obviously a great moment for Wildflower's Rosalie Rammer. This girl loves to go big, and we have yet to see a landed backflip so far. And Neil Elliott, really far down the line, that's going to hurt him a lot when it comes to watching Adam Anderson freestyle. Adam Anderson's got the door wide open for him to take the event win, but Rosalie's a little cattywampus right now. Certainly it's been a fun show so far in Syracuse. The two-wheel competition, though, really has been the highlight of the event. She is going for the backflip.
Backflip.
Rosalie Raymer lining up.
Don't fail.
Here she goes. Can she land it? Oh, yes, she does. The first landed backflip of the day. Atta go, girl. The clock's going to be paused. We'll see if she can refire. Yes, she will. So we all know this is going to take the lead, but I mean, it really should. It's been a great run anyway. And now Rosalie's going to send it a little bit across the track. Good showing by Rosalie here in Syracuse. I'm going to give that a 9. A great run for Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower. Tearing it up, the first driver to hit a backflip and complete her run. So a good job out of Rosalie to tail it up out here in Syracuse. She is pumped up, as she should. A great freestyle for Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower. That's a way to go out here in Syracuse to a standing ovation. Let's see what the scores are going to be.
Here we go. Score to beat is Earthshaker, 8.45. The score for Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower is...
New leader. Better be new.
It's an 8.876. Your new leaders, Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower. Now up is Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Bryce Kenny won freestyle last year in Syracuse. We'll see how he does this year. He won it last year with a phenomenal consecutive backflip. He was barely able to beat out the run of Leo Donnell and Tyler Duke. So his second straight here in Syracuse, we'll see if it treats him just as well. Big air right away so far for Bryce Kenny. Oh, wow! Possibly the biggest air of the night right there out of the Mohawk Warrior. Just want to give a quick shout out to Jazz Tapia. He's been letting me know who the overall event champions are for each show the last few weekends, so thank you to him. Right now, Bryce, his pace, well, his momentum has not been as solid, but he is certainly getting some really good hits. Right now, though, I think Rosalie Raymer's got an edge. 30 seconds are left on the clock. Oh boy, lining up for the mini flip here. There he goes, a beautiful mini flip. Oh my! Oh my! What the heck was that? What the heck was that? What was that? Bryce Kenny! Oh my! I gotta give that a 9.25. A spectacular finish to his run. He is out and getting huge applause, as he should. Whatever that was, it was spectacular. I gotta give that again a 9.25, a great run out of Mohawk Warrior. I believe those are the shocks that exploded when he hit that. Here's the score.
New leader.
A 9.41, a huge score, a big time lead for Bryce Kenny. Next up, from the Dog Pound, it's Candace Jolly and the Monster Muck Dalmatian. Dorsey talked about how she's getting to drive with Neil this year in the first quarter.
Candace Jolly, the driver of the Monster Dalmatians. My question for you is, what is it like driving with Neil for this car?
You know, Neil and I, we have had a lot of competitions together, usually international. This is the first time we got to do first quarter together, and we've been having a great time. You know, I'm a little bummed I'm going to have to miss the Philly show, which hopefully he's going to get his trophy and win at.
I hope he does.
I do too. So I'm going to be in South Africa. So Cynthia's going to come in, she's going to drive my puppy, and she'll get to see him collect his trophy, unfortunately.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So very interesting there. Candace is actually not going to be able to perform in the Philadelphia show. She's going to be in South Africa, which will be the last show for this tour. She wants to see Neil win it, but Cynthia Gauthier is going to be competing in the Montserrat Dalmatian for that show. That'll be a fun competition. Candace Jolly also has not ever completed a backflip in her career. I really hope this is the show that she gets it. She's been trying for years. She has still never gotten it. The truck always seems to break down right before she's given the green light. Spinning it into a quick little donut. Something's going on here. She may be having truck problems. Truck problems again. Maybe, yes, that'll bring the end to Candace Jolly's run. Very tough break for Candace. More problems for Candace, so yet again she can't get the backflip. It's too bad. A good run though. I'm going to have to give that a nice score of a 6.5 for Candace. Not the best of runs, but again, for her last show of the year, it was pretty good. We'll see what the score is. Shouldn't take the lead.
We have 3 freestyles to go in our freestyle competition. It's 9th place right now for Montserrat Dalmatian at 5.874.
So not going to be enough for her. Now we have Brodozer ready to hit the track. Ryan Disharoon sadly does not get to compete out here in freestyle. Just too much breakage in the racing competition. But Colt Stevens certainly excited to be driving Brodozer here this year. Let's hear what he has to say about it.
Colt Stevens, the driver of Brodozer. So my question for you is, what is it like driving Brodozer for the 2019 tour?
It's awesome, man. You know, being a part of the cutting edge on the diesel power has been great. The truck performs really well. We learn a little bit more every weekend, and we're sitting third. What more can I ask for, man? Thank you so much.
So Colt Stevens having a great season so far, really enjoying the ability to drive this Brodozer truck, being a part of those Brodozer guys. I'm sure he's really loving the ability to get all this attention this year. And huge air. Oh, he is on fire. That's really tough. The truck is going to be put aflame. Tough break again for Brodozer. I'm going to have to give that a 4. Just not what you want to see for your last, well, second to last show here on the season. We'll see what the judges' zone scores are. They will not be very high, though.
So if you haven't done it yet, get that score at judgesZone.com. For the Brodozer team, and don't miss the Diesel Brothers on Discovery Channel. Check them over listings for details. It's a 6.519.
It's a 6.5, not the best of runs for Colt Stevens.
Who's ready, Syracuse, for more Monster Jam Freestyle?
So you gotta love Bryce Kenny hyping up these fans. There are 2 trucks left. Scott Buteau and Isel Toro Loco is the first. big air right off the bat, off of the jammer for Scott. Dorsey also caught up with him before the show.
With Scott Buto, the driver of El Toro Loco. So my question for you is, since Team Hot Wheels, not with Monster Jam anymore, you are now the driver of El Toro Loco, not Eddie, but the Ice Line. So how do you feel about this?
You know, it's been a great season so far. You got a new crew chief, Davis Tansel. We've had a great year. We're right there with the points, right around third place. So anytime you can come in third place to next to Neil Elliott and Adam Anderson, it's a good day. So we're having fun with it, and we'll have a great show here in Syracuse.
My prediction is you've taken this today. I think you're going to be the world champion.
Awesome. I think I'm going to do that too. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
So Scott really enjoying his time out here in the Ice El Toro Loco truck, his first year in this truck. I wonder how long he'll be driving El Toro Loco, but big air for Scott right over the racing lane, and a horn falls right off. He's really getting big air throughout his run. A lot of these guys just getting big air tonight. Wow! That is some massive hang time. Scott Buto tearing it up. Again, score to beat is a really high one out of Bryce Kenny. Less than 30 seconds left. Scott is going for that backflip. He's had a little bit of trouble this season hitting the backflip, but he's also gotten his new technique of hitting it on the side. But it's a beauty here in Syracuse. No problem on that one. Scott Buto, a great backflip. The clock has paused because so is he. Refired and ready to finish this run. Massive air right there for Scott, and that'll be the end of the run. A beauty of a showing for Scott Buto. He's gonna park it up on top of the pad. A great run. I've got to give that a 9. A spectacular showing for Scott Buto. I don't think it'll take the lead, but he really got some big air. The best freestyle run of the year, in my opinion, for Scott Buto. So a great showing out of Scott Buto. What a great job for Scott to prove himself already. A great season so far for Scott. We'll see what the scores are when they come in. Not going to be enough. It's an 8.801. It's going to put him in third, but a good showing for Scott. But before we get into Adam Anderson's one, we know he talks a lot, so let's hear what he has to say going into the night.
So I'm here with Adam Anderson, the driver of Great Dares. My question for you is, you and Neil Elliott are right now tied for points with the same score. What will you do to catch the lead?
It's going to be really hard, but I want to stay out in front of Neil Elliott. Right now we're tied. I had the lead for the longest time. I lost it. I'm gaining ground on him, but it's going to be tough. This track is going to be tough. He was fast in practice last night. I was a little bit off on my braking and steering going into the last turn, but I can pick it up. I can be right there with him. He ran a 16 something. I got to take him out. I got to take out racing, but I got to get past Ryan Disher in the first round of racing. That's not going to be an easy feat. And then after that, I got to take him out in semifinals if I get to face him. And then two-wheel, Neil's tough to beat because those front engine trucks, they just love to walk back and forth. But for freestyle, I got his number.
Thank you so much.
So Adam Anderson feeling confident going into the freestyle competition. He did end up beating Ryan Disher and Neil in the racing competition and winning the racing competition, but he did fall short in the two-wheel. They are tied right now in the point standings overall on the tour as well and in the event championship. So whoever has the higher score in freestyle will be the tour leader at the end of the day. Huge freestyle for Adam Anderson right now. He has to beat a 7.9 to be the tour leader, but we all know that he's going after Bryce Kenny. He needs to get over a 9.48 if he wants that win, and he's getting huge air. He's got a big feat to overcome here. He's already getting massive air. Oh boy, that is big air. Sick air almost for Adam Anderson. He is dialed in this black and green bed to the bone machine. Oh no, you don't. Adam Anderson lining up for, oh my God! Oh! That was the biggest air of the night. Possibly the biggest air of the year. What was that? Adam Anderson! Oh! He has found another gear! He is showing up at the Syracuse airport radar! But the clock is going to be paused. Adam Anderson right now throwing down the run of the year! He is on fire! Oh! Adam Anderson, get this man a pilot's license! Because he is flying! Holy cow! What am I watching? This guy's got a balloon attached to him! He's got 30 seconds left. Adam Anderson is tearing it up! He's taking a grade for Max D! What in tarnation is going on? He is flying! Adam Anderson has found a new gear in Syracuse! He's refired! Oh my gosh! He's lining up for the mini flip. If he hits this, it's over for Price. Oh boy! Save it! Yeah! Oh, Adam Anderson, the run of the year! And he's finishing it off with humongous air! That, my friends, is your winner! No doubt about it! Oh my gosh! Adam Anderson just went off the rails! I don't care that I have a short goal because it is gone! Adam Anderson, give him a 10! That deserves all the chips! Put them all down! Oh my goodness! Oh. No matter what, that is the best run of the night! Spectacular! Score comes in. He's coming out. The score to beat is a 9.41. This better beat it. Gravedigger Adam Anderson coming in. It is a 9.346. Are you kidding me? What are you watching? Are you what? Oh my gosh, the robbery of the century! That is complete. That is a disgrace. This is a farce. What am I watching? Adam Anderson just put down the run of his life, and you think that he doesn't deserve to win? Who are you? What in tarnation? Congratulations to Bryce Kenny for winning, but this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Again, congratulations to Bryce for winning, but that is BS. What are you watching? You can't be watching. These people must have been blindfolded watching that run, because how do you not give that the win? I get it, Bryce just did that, but Adam just was higher than the stands. Oh, that's ridiculous. Congratulations to Bryce, but this is a farce. I'm sorry. Well, either way, two great runs. I'm sorry I just yelled. I know that may have been a little inappropriate, but come on. You can't give that to Bryce Kenny. You can't. That's just... Normally shows are rigged for diggers. But come on. That was anti-rigged. That's like anti-racism. It's so weird. I don't understand. Either way, good show today. Really great show all around. Scores not included. But Santa Clara is this weekend. You'll see that next. See you next time.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.